Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarini Namaste Swatireva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda प्रभु कोठा गेला आचार्य ठाकुर ताहा मोरा स्वरूप ताहा सनातन कहा दास रघुनाथा पतित पावन कहा दास रघुनाथा पतित पावन कहा मोरा स्वरूप कहा सनातन कहा मोरा भक्त जुगा कहा कबीरा एक कले कोठा गेला कोरोना तरा एक कले कोठा गेला कोरोना तरा पाषाण कुटिब माथा अनाल बसिब गौरांग गुणेर निधि कोठा गेल पाबो गौरांग गुणेर निधि कोठा गेल पाबो से सब संगीरा संगे ते कोलो गिला से संगन पाया कांदे नारोत्तमा दास अनिलो प्रेम धन्य करुणा पचु हेनो प्रभु कोठा गिला हेनो प्रभु कोठा गिला Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Will you sing the child? And you're going to put up the prayers. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming tonight. This is a very special night. Can everybody hear me okay? All right. And I'm feeling totally unqualified to give class, but Hansa Priya said I had to give class. So here I am. And I'm hoping that I can give this class without crying and also without just be able to inspire everyone who's listening. This is a very special day. For Prabhupada disciples, we remember it quite well, that the year that Srila Prabhupada was getting sick and mostly slowing down. He was mostly staying in India. He went up to the Himalayas for a while, and also he had a few devotees that were taking care of him. But finally he decided in probably the summer of July, probably around July, June or July of 77, that he was going to go stay in Vrindavan. And mostly it was because he was really feeling sick. And we were all praying and, of course, chanting, having extra kirtan for his health, and wanted so much for him, of course, to get healthy and stay with us. But we knew that at his age, early 80s, he would, maybe stay and maybe not stay. I wanted to just read the poem by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He reasons ill who tells that Vaishnavas die. When thou art living still and sound, the Vaishnavas die to live, and living try to spread the holy name around. Actually, I was in Berkeley in it was 1974. I was sewing the canopies for the Rath Yatra carts. And Srila Prabhupada was speaking with some journalists who came to the temple. And for some reason, this was never recorded. Bhaktidas was the president of the temple, and for some reason, these interactions with these journalists never got recorded. But one of the journalists was asking Srila Prabhupada, so Swami, when you die, and right then Srila Prabhupada interrupted him, and he said, I will never die. He said, I will live on in my books. It was so powerful. It was just like, whoa. And I remember one time one of my godbrothers was on hospice, and he wanted to talk to me, so he called me about a week before he departed. And he said, you know, Srila Prabhupada's been gone for 17 years. And it was such a weird thing to hear, because I was listening to Srila Prabhupada every day and reading Prabhupada's books every day. So I wasn't ever feeling that Prabhupada was gone. So when he said that, I said, Sudama, you have to hear Prabhupada now. This is the time. Just hear him constantly. We're so fortunate. We have all these, in those days they were cassette tapes. Now it's now it's your phone, or it's something else. But in those days it was the cassette tapes. I said, just listen over and over again. Every single class he gave is recorded. And so it keeps us in touch with him if we practice in that way. And I wanted to read you something that I found in 1977 when he was getting ready to pass. This was recorded in Vrindavan, and it was July 2nd. And he said, there is nothing new to be said. Whatever I had to say, I have already said in my books. Now you all must try to understand it and continue with your endeavors. Whether I am present or not present doesn't matter. Just as Krishna is living eternally, the living being also lives eternally. But especially, kirtayasa sasjivatai, one who has done service to the Lord, lives forever. You have been taught to serve Krishna, and with Krishna, will live eternally. Our life is eternal. Nahanyate hanyamanya sarire. The disappearance of this temporary body doesn't matter. The body is meant for disappearance. So live forever by serving Krishna. Thank you very much. And that was he passed away in 1977. So this was several months before he passed away. He was instructing us constantly to be attentive to what we needed to do. Because we were so young, we had no idea what that meant. Now I have so many God brothers and God sisters that are passing away, and it's a wake-up call to know that, yes, this is so temporary here. But he wrote another thing that I thought was really wonderful, also in 1977. When something is arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one should not be disturbed by it, even if it appears to be a reverse according to one's calculations. For example, sometimes we see that a powerful preacher is killed, or sometimes he is put into difficulty. just as Haridas Thakur was. He was a great devotee who came into this material world to execute the will of the Lord by preaching the Lord's glories. But Haridas was punished at the hands of the Qazi by being beaten in 22 marketplaces. Similarly, Lord Jesus Christ was crucified, and Prahlad Maharaj was put through so many tribulations. The Pandavas, who were direct friends of Krishna, lost their kingdom, their wife was insulted, and they had to undergo many severe tribulations. Seeing all these reverses affect devotees, one should not be disturbed. One should simply understand that in these matters, there must be some plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Bhagavatam's conclusion is that a devotee is never disturbed by such reverses. He accepts even reverse conditions as the grace of the Lord. One who continues to serve the Lord, even in reverse conditions, is assured that he will go back to Godhead, back to the Vaikuntha planets. He wrote that on July 31st, 1977. And there's another verse that I thought I should read from the Bhagavatam that I thought was really, it always reminded me of my relationship with Srila Prabhupada whenever I read it. It's in the 12th canto, chapter 3. This is Pariksit. This is Sukadeva Goswami talking to Pariksit. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. So we can see how Srila Prabhupada throughout his life was always trying to encourage us to become more and more transcendental as we grow with our Krishna consciousness. And the importance is, of course, we can't ever overemphasize the importance of chanting. And there, like Lord Chaitanya said, there's no hard and fast rules for chanting this Hare Krishna mantra. It can be done anywhere at any time. And so I'm always trying to remember that for myself and encourage others that, even if you've finished your 16 rounds, like when I got initiated by Srila Prabhupada, he said, how many rounds? And I said 16, and his eyes got really big, and he goes, that's all? And so since that time, I've always thought, yeah, I should just be chanting all the time, no matter what. If I'm walking to the room to do the laundry, or if I'm going to the grocery store, or whatever I'm doing, I'm always trying to remind myself, just chant the holy names, Even if it's done inattentively, I'm trying to remember. I was listening to a class, Srila Prabhupada said, chant, be sincere, and chant with love. So I'm always having this inner conversation with Krishna saying, yes, somehow or other, I'm chanting your names, and I want it to be with love. So please accept. And, Krishna will provide what we lack. He will give us that encouragement, and he's in our heart. So he's always our best friend. We have to know that we are never, ever alone, that Krishna's in our heart, and he's our best friend. So it's good to have those conversations with Krishna. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is that I recently had these conversations with Shyamasundar Prabhu about the early days in Mayapur, because I was asking him questions about Srila Prabhupada going to Mayapur in 1972. He really wanted to get land in Mayapur. So I have this passage here, which Shyamasundar was telling us about. And he was saying that at any time in Europe or America, when the devotees were wanting to purchase properties or purchase temples, Srila Prabhupada would basically allow the devotees to do that themselves, and take care of it. He didn't really interfere that much. He would just encourage them. But when they got to India, Srila Prabhupada completely stepped in because India was so different for these devotees. They didn't know how to purchase land in India. They didn't know how to do any of that. So here he says, but here in India, it was just the opposite. From day one, getting land and building temples in India was Prabhupada's responsibility. We didn't have a clue how to buy and develop property here. So Prabhupada took command, overseeing every aspect of real estate, acquisition, and construction. And it was amazing to watch him. So I wanted to read a little bit about Mayapur because it's so interesting how he really got that. First, it was just a few acres, but now we have over 700 acres. But if you hear the history of that, Srila Prabhupada had been trying to get a foothold in Mayapur since 1967. Here, along the final miles of the Jalangi River, the land was verdant and produced year-round lush crops, and thus carried great value. But when food was wealth, the British had seized this area of India first, and the agricultural wealth of Bengal rice, silk, indigo, jute, and cotton powered the British industrial empire. And before the Brits, the Mughals had hurried to this rich land at the Ganges Delta, displacing tenants and populating the region with their own descendants. Grain and taxes from the Bengal region flooded Akbar's and Aurangzeb's coffers, financing Muslim rule over the rest of India. Lord Chaitanya was born in Mayapur in 1486, and Mayapur became the cradle of Gaudiya Vaishnav culture. Over the centuries, however, Vaishnavism became corrupted, breaking into several sects, often at each other's throats, and by now much of the agrarian population around Mayapur was Muslim. Remnant Vaishnavas were dug in, and they jealously protected their tiny holds over land and people around them. The Naxalite movement had its roots in this part of West Bengal, and there was a frequent communist agitation between landowners and tenants. A flood of refugees from the recent war in Bangladesh, just 20 miles to the east, inundated the region. Constant threat from the local armed gangs created a volatile, dangerous situation around Mayapur. In his divine wisdom, Srila Prabhupada had sent a few eager, recently converted hippies into this difficult situation, armed only with deep faith in their spiritual master. After 4 years of many trips to Mayapur, by Jayapataka Maharaj, Achutananda, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and others, ISKCON had finally acquired a few acres of the Holy Land. The ISKCON land was located half a mile north of the confluence of the Hooghly and Jalangi branches of the Deltic Ganges and a mile south of the Yoga Pit, the temple built on Lord Chaitanya's birthplace. So when Srila Prabhupada and Shyamasundar first drove up to see the new purchased land, the devotees had actually built the hut that became Srila Prabhupada's quarters. And in the front, there was a sign that said, ISKCON International Center at Lord Chaitanya's birthplace, Sridham Mayapur, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And they put founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, and underneath they put Prabhupada in real big letters. And on each side of that sign, they had neon lights. And so this was the first time that anyone in Mayapur had ever seen such a thing. It was a combination of the American way. And the fact that they put Prabhupada at the bottom, it upset Srila Prabhupada's godbrothers, because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was called Prabhupada by his disciples, and they didn't think it was right that that we were using the name Prabhupada. But when they approached Srila Prabhupada, he said, "What can I do? They have given me this name." So he never opposed that we were calling him Prabhupada. There's another amazing thing about the land in Mayapur is that after when Srila Prabhupada was doing the land blessing, which was, they had to dig the hole, and a few of his godbrothers came to help him. But Srila Prabhupada actually climbed down. He got frustrated with Narayan Maharaj, who was supposed to put the bricks in a certain way. And so Prabhupada actually climbed down the ladder, down the hole, to help. And then afterwards, when they had the kirtan, and the kirtan ended, the first person he asked to speak at the Mayapur land blessing, they put the deity of Anantasesha in the land, and they put all kinds of fruits and flowers and things. But after the kirtan, he looked at Malati and said, "You speak first." And he has all his godbrothers there. And Malati was shocked. Everybody was shocked. Like, "You want me to speak?" So she got up and she only glorified Prabhupada, which was perfect. It ended up being the perfect thing, because even though, we were totally unqualified, it was 1972. So, Malati joined the Hare Krishna movement in 1967 or 68. And so for her, she felt totally unqualified, but she decided what she would speak would just be how amazing her spiritual master was. And I thought that was so wonderful. I've told you this story before, but I'll tell it again. One of my god sisters said, "Tell it again," because everyone likes to hear it. When Srila Prabhupada, when we knew that he was really going to be passing, we all had a 24-hour kirtan in the temple in Los Angeles. I was in Los Angeles at the time. And we were doing 24-hour kirtan for several days. My husband and I decided to go to India, so we had already purchased our tickets 3 days before Prabhupada passed. So we flew anyway to India, and it was our first trip to India, so we were pretty green, but we got to Vrindavan, and as soon as we got there, Bhavananda, who was in charge of all the celebrating the Mahotsava ceremony for Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi, asked me and my friend Varnasi, my god sister Varnasi, to cook the Mahotsava feast. And this was going to be attended by all his godbrothers from the area. And I'm not a cook. I was a seamstress. If I was in the kitchen, I was the helper. I was not the cook. And so I was really feeling anxious. My god sister Varnasi, she was also a seamstress. We were the ones who made the deity clothes in those days. We were not cooks. And then to be in Vrindavan, to cook on the buckets, you had to cook with coals on a bucket. And at that time, we just went for it. We were young, 19 or 20 years old. We just said, okay, you want us to do the Mahotsava feast, 108 preparations? Here it goes. And so for 2 days, we were cooking away and making different preparations the best we could. None of the great cooks of our movement came to help us. It was just me and Varanasi. But Pishima, Srila Prabhupada's sister, came into the kitchen, and she, as soon as you look at her, you would start crying because she looked exactly like Srila Prabhupada, only a female Srila Prabhupada. And she was the same size as him. She walked like him. She had this, she always would carry around a bottle of Ganges water, so she was always throwing Ganges water on everybody. And she sat down in that kitchen, and Varanasi and I had been in there for 2 days. She sat down, and within 2 hours, she made 40 preps. 2 hours. It was so amazing to watch her. She was sitting on the floor, and just, everything was... It was like a mystic powers. I think she had mystic powers. Anyway, it ended up where the feast turned out wonderful. We offered it to Srila Prabhupada, and it was interesting to hear his godbrother speak, and at the time was so heartwarming to be there also, because all the devotees who had been there when Prabhupada had actually passed had so many stories about the final kirtan when Srila Prabhupada was actually departing, and how it sounded like the heavens had opened up, and that there were demigods and people who were there. Said it was just unbelievable. And to be there for that time. And then after that, also Upendra, who was Srila Prabhupada's servant at the time, he would pull people aside and say, here, you can have this, a little piece of Prabhupada's dhoti, or some of the flowers from when they carried him around Vrindavan, because they had put him on a palanquin and carried him around Vrindavan, and there were flowers, and he would give so many things. So this, I have a lot of the flowers from when they carried him around Vrindavan in here, and a little piece of his dhoti that he was wearing that day. I feel so fortunate to have been there at that time, because also the devotees just kept telling story after story after story, and it was just so incredible. Of course, all of you know that we are so fortunate. We have the Hare Krishna movie, and how many of you in here have you seen the Hare Krishna movie? All of you, most of you. Okay, it's so special because it really helps us understand what Prabhupada had to go through when he first came to America, and how he. I also have something I found that I wrote, or he wrote, about coming to America, and how difficult it was, and how many challenges he had. That movie really depicts it, how the... you have to be patient with me because I'm really slow at anything that has to do with electronics. But, okay. This was written by Srila Prabhupada also on July 2nd, 1977. It was recorded. Prabhupada, for more than 1 year, I was simply loitering on the street of New York, like a vagabond. Who was hearing me? Still, I am going once a month to the ship company. So when is your next ship? When is it going to India? So the manager would say, Swamiji, you are coming. When are you going next? And I would say, yes, I have no business practically here, but still, I want to stay and see if things can be pushed. Can you imagine that? He was going to the shipping companies to ask them, when are you going back to India? He felt so alone. Therefore, I'm waiting. Otherwise, I am useless. I am simply loitering and seeing Fifth Avenue, and I'm within the subway station. After taking my lunch, I used to go by bus here and there, and sometimes in the subway. Anywhere go, no shelter. I was cooking myself in a friend's house, so he took it as he got a free cook. And 2 men, of course. Sometimes some guests would come, and I would be very glad. And 10, 20, I'll feed them. And they would like very much dal, chapati, and 1 vegetable bas. Everyone would like. Anyone would like dal, chapati, and 1 vegetable. I'll take pleasure. Sometimes somebody would come to assist me. He wanted to eat immediately, and I said, no, that you cannot. After I have finished, when it's offered to Krishna, then I'll give you sumptuous prasadam, but not before. And a little rice, dal, chapati, rice, vegetable, bas. Oh, it was so nice. Everyone would praise. The same thing when I took my own apartment, which was 26 2nd Avenue. I did the same thing, distributed prasadam. Then gradually, they came forward to assist me. First, it came Kirtanananda. He was the first cook. Yes, then Achyutananda. Brahmananda was washing dishes. He could not help cook. So there's so many nice stories that Prabhupada, that you can get on the internet about Srila Prabhupada. But one thing that I was also wanted to say is that he within 3 weeks, Srila Prabhupada laid the corner foundation for the Mayapur temple. Then he went to Vrindavan a week later, laid that foundation for the Vrindavan temple. And a week after that, he went to Juhu Beach and laid the cornerstone for the Juhu temple. Can you imagine that? I mean, he was so amazing. He just first met his spiritual master in 1922. And at that time, Srila Prabhupada was involved with the Gandhi movement. He always wore khadi. And then in 1923, he moved to Allahabad to open up his pharmacy. And that's when the Gaudiya Mas started coming to Allahabad and becoming friendly with him. He didn't officially take initiation until 1933. And Bhaktisiddhanta always would say, he listens very well. He's always listening to me. And that's when he took initiation. Srila Prabhupada really liked to listen. And when you listen to his classes, he encourages everyone that it's important. There's 9 processes of devotional service, but the first 2 are the most important, chanting and hearing. So it's very important that we chant, and it's very important that we hear. And it's so wonderful in this day and age. We can do this while we're driving. We can listen to classes while we're driving. We can listen to classes while we're cooking dinner. And it's a really wonderful time. In 1936, Srila Prabhupada was offering a tribute to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. His godbrothers gave him the name Bhaktivedanta because he was so scholarly, and he had written this poem, and later some of his disciples found it in the Harmonist, and it was a okay. So, and I think I just have a little quote from this poem, which I think is so apropos to this day and age because of what's happening in the world. Struggle for existence, this human race. Our only savior is your divine grace. And I feel so strongly that that's true. Like Srila Prabhupada's teachings, all of the books, and what he's given us is really, for this Kali Yuga, is so important. And I've been listening lately, and he was talking a lot about how Lord Chaitanya had instructed that the people from India should go from Bharat, anyone born in Bharatvarsa should go and teach this around the world. And we were all remembering that in the early days, there were hardly even any Indian immigrants at that time. In like 1970, very few. I mean, and then our temples, we didn't have any Indian devotees. I still remember in New York, in Brooklyn, when the first Indian devotee came, and her name was, she got initiated, her name was Sunita. She became a big book distributor. In fact, she distributed a book to Elvis Presley at JFK Airport. His guards didn't want her to come near Elvis, but Elvis said, "No, yes, I want to talk to her." So she showed him the Bhagavad Gita, and she talked to him for over a half hour, and he gave her $50 for the Bhagavad Gita and took it. And later, she and her husband were in London at a wax museum, and they were looking at an exhibit of Elvis Presley, and there he was. After he talked about his music, he said, "Hare Krishna." And they had to keep listening to it over and over again because he actually said at the wax museum, "Hare Krishna." So this is such an amazing thing that when Prabhupada did go to India in the early 70s, he started calling the Indian people, "You've got to come, you've got to come." And so now our centers around the world have so many Indian people, and it's really wonderful because this is what Lord Chaitanya wanted. He wanted the Indian people to come and help and teach this important, wonderful culture of the Bhagavad Dharma. But one of the things that I was amazed at is that those 3 weeks when Prabhupada, because each center, Vrindavan, Mayapur, and Juhu Beach, they were so difficult in those early days. There was just so many problems. And yet, Srila Prabhupada made it all happen, and now look, they're amazing. They're so beautiful. I still remember in 1977 being in Mumbai and watching them, the marble workers carving on the Juhu Beach temple, and watching them. I was standing there watching them, and that was just when they first started. And so it's amazing what's happened over the years, and you can really see that Lord Chaitanya wanted this to happen, and it's all developing. And I'm so grateful to be here with all of you, because I came in today and I was just amazed how beautiful the Vyasa looked, with just spectacular, done so artfully with all the books and the photographs, and then the altar always looks so beautiful with the amazing garlands that everyone's making. They're just like unheard of. I've never seen garlands like this before. They're just so gorgeous, and the flower vases. So I feel so grateful to have the association of all of you, and to be here and be able to associate with you. I was praying today that I would inspire you with my stories, even though they're just little stories. And I was fortunate throughout the years to have Prabhupada's association several times. I even got to fly with him one time from New York to Los Angeles. It was 1973, and he was on his way to Los Angeles, and I got to be on the flight. And fortunately, I was on the flight because when we got to John F. Kennedy Airport in New York, Brahmananda and Bali Murdan forgot Srila Prabhupada's ticket. I don't think he ever even knew, but anyway, they forgot his ticket. And so somehow or other, I don't know how, but I had a credit card. And because, we were so young, we were only in our young 20s, and maybe my parents gave me a credit card, I don't know. But I had a credit card, so we charged Prabhupada's ticket on my credit card. And then when we got to Los Angeles, Karandar paid me back, but because we were buying a one-way ticket, I still remember it cost $600 because it was, spur of the moment, one-way ticket. But, they couldn't go all the way back to Brooklyn because they would have missed the flight. So anyway, it was an interesting time. But it was so wonderful to be on the flight with him because of, the devotees coming up to him as we got off the airplane and putting flower garlands on him, and a lot of gardenias like it is now, and so walking behind Srila Prabhupada, you could just smell the fragrance, and of course he always smelled like sandalwood anyway. I was fortunate enough to be able to do his laundry when he was in Los Angeles, and his clothing always smelled like sandalwood. It was wonderful to do his laundry. But one day, I didn't come to pick up the laundry because I got stuck in a traffic jam, and I also had to go to the doctor that day, and he asked Sri Kirti, why didn't Kanka come and get my clothes? And he told him that I got stuck, and he said we shouldn't let dirty laundry sit around because it'll attract ghosts. So I was like, oh. Of course, I was thinking to myself, no, I don't think any ghosts would be attracted to Prabhupada's clothes, but that's what he said. And I thought it was really interesting. So I tried to be more efficient and always be there to pick up his clothing. And then we would wash it by hand and then iron it. I also got to be there during the Chaitanya Charitamrita marathon when Srila Prabhupada said, Rameshwar said to Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada wanted the 17 volumes done in 2 months, and the artists and everything, and he said the books are going out too slowly. And Rameshwar said, that's impossible. And Prabhupada, his answer was, impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary. So I wanted to play one thing before we start the, do I have time to play? Okay, it's a short clip, and I was here at this time when Prabhupada was speaking this. It was in Los Angeles, and I believe it was on Bhaktisiddhanta's Disappearance Day, and he spoke this, and so they're going to play it on the YouTube right now, so that you can all hear it. It's very special. And by the way, after this recording It's very touching, and everyone in our temple room at the time in Los Angeles, everyone was crying when they heard this. Prabhu, are you able to play it? Oh, okay. Okay.
So in this way, gradually, I became attached to these Gaudiya Math activities, and by the grace of Krishna, my business also was not going very well. Krishna says, "Jasahon anigrindami hariseta dhanam sane." If somebody wants to be actually devotee of Krishna, at the same time keeps his material attachment, then Krishna's business is he takes away everything material so that same person he becomes, dependent on Krishna. So that actually happened to my life. I was obliged to come to this movement, to take up this very seriously. And I was dreaming that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is calling me, please come out with me. So I was sometimes horrified. Oh, what is this? I have to give up my family life. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is calling me. I have to take sannyas. Oh, I was horrified. But I saw several times calling me. So anyway, it is by His grace I was forced to give up my family life and so-called business life. And He brought me somewhere or other in preaching His gospel. So, this is a memorable day. What He deserved, I am trying little bit, and you are all helping me. So I have to thank you more. You are actually representative of my Guru Maharaj. Because you are helping me in executing the order of my Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now we're going to have an offering to Srila Prabhupada. Balimardhan Prabhu is going to direct us.
Hare Krishna. So before you go, first we'd like to thank you, Mother Kanka. Please give a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much, because it is very fortunate that we are able to get association of few Prabhupada disciples, those who are staying especially near to Silicon Valley area in California. And Jagrini Mataji already moved out, or otherwise Akurnath Prabhu used to lead our Disappearance Day. Jagrini Mataji, both of them, they moved to Alachua, Florida, and Mother Nirkula Vaisheshika Prabhu is in Vrindavan. So fortunately we are having you here today by the mercy of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So I just like to say before we go, one book is there. Who doesn't have the Srila Prabhupada Lilamrut? One person, Mother Kanka, will give a gift. Who will read? Please come. Who doesn't have this book? Okay, Shivani, please. Because Abhay was born on the day which Prabhupada Disappearance Day. Please, Abhay, come with Mother. Come to the Stand next to all. Here you go.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. You'll get signature from mother, okay? Later. So please, the condition is please read it every day. Okay? Thank you very much. So thank you very much everyone. So the next thing is we are going to do the Puspanjali for Prabhupada and followed by Artik. So Arti will be led by Brajras Prabhu, and then after that we'll do Damodarastakam at 8 o'clock. So Gaur Arti and Prabhupada Arti will do together. So we'll chant the Sansara Davanala, and then after that Hare Krishna will be sung till 8 p.m. And 8 p.m. we'll do the Damodarastakam, where you will be given offering to the ghee lamp to Lord Damodar. So don't be hurried to take right now. Please wait. And after that 8:30 we'll serve prasadam, which is very favorite to Srila Prabhupada. And I don't know who has done the decoration. Please give them a big round of applause, really. Very wonderful. So I would like to request all of you to stand now. And Krishangi Mataji? She did? Wow. I know, garland she does. Very nice. Okay, so please everybody stand up now. I think, and we'll do the Puspanjali. So, can you put the Mangalacharan?
Please move all the cushions on the side so that we can offer the Pushpanjali. There's a white Tesla blocking the parking lot on the driveway. Please remove that car immediately. Thank you very much.
Get a stand for you. Oh, yeah, take it. Excuse me. So the flower offering, please keep it for 3 times. We'll offer 3 times to Srila Prabhupada. So, can you put the Mangalacharan, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yenai Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Nitamsha He Krishna Karuna Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती इति नामिने श्रीवर्षभानवी देवी दायिताय कृपाब्धाय कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान प्रभवे नमः माधुर्यज्वला प्रेमाध्य श्री रूपानुगा भक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्ते दिनतारिणे रूपानुगा विरुद्ध अपसिद्धांत वांत हारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्तये विप्रलंबार संबोधे पदाम्भोजाय ते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगावरायते गौराविर्भाव हुमेस्त्वं निर्दिष्ट सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपा स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते जयतं सुरताव पंगोर मम मंडमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्भोजाओ राधा मदन मोहनाओ दिव्याद्बृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमाद श्रीमद् रत्नांगर सिंहासनस्थाओ श्रीमद् राधा शिला गोविंद देवाओ पृष्ठालिभि सेव्यमान स्मरामि श्रीमन् रासरसाम्भि बंसीवट तटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुस्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Namo Om Vishnupadaya, Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin, Iti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi, Paschatya Desatarine, Esam Puspanjali, Abhay Charanarabindam Samarpayami, Etani Puspani Samarpayami. Namo Vishnupadaya, Krishna Preshthaya, Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi, Paschatya Desatarine, Esam Puspanjali, Abhay Charanarabindam, Etani Puspani Samarpayami. Namo Vishnupadaya, Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi, Paschatya Desatarine, Esam Puspanjali, Abhay Charanarabindam, Etani Puspani Samarpayami. Srila Prabhupada ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Prabhupada.
Karunya Khana Khanatvam Samsara Dava Nanalita Loka Prana Tananitya Gita Vaditramadhya Manasodasena Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Vaditramadhya Manasodasena Romanchakampa Sutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Shri Vegahara Ananjanana Sringaratan Mandiramajanado Chaturvidhashi Bhagavata Sadho Swadanna Triptan Haribhakta Sangha Vitvaiva Triptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Shri Radhikama Bhavayorapaya Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namna Danadodupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Nikundayono Ratikvedisvithare Yaya Devhiru Kirapeshaniya Daritana Samasa eva sadhi. Kintu prabhodyan priya eva tasya vande guru shri charanarabindam. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasada nagati kotoki. Yayastu vamstasya yashasti sandhyam vande guru shri charanarabindam. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत वचनार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की जगद्गुरु प्रभुपाद होल सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड श्रील प्रभुपाद की नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद महाराज की रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण को गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिगोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम मथुरा धाम की श्री श्री नवदीप मायपुर धाम की गंगा माई जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की समवेत भक्त वृंद की His Divine Grace ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी डिसअपियरेंस फेस्टिवल की प्रभुपाद तिरुभाव महामहोत्सव की समवेत भक्त वृंद की all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Srila Kanka Nakala Srila Kanka Nakala
Parato Narsimha. Vivo Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato yato yamitato Narsimha. Narasimhamarim Sharanam Prapade. Narasimhamarim Sharanam Prapade. Avakara Kamala Bhare Natha Adhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhenga Keshavadrika Narahariruka Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Narasimhare Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Sri Radhe. So we'll have the Damodara Astakam. So everybody has a chance to offer ghee lamp to the Lord. So we'll continue our Damodara Astakam today. Damodar Bhagavan ki. Please play. Varna. You're playing. Abhay. Bata. Namami Saram Sachidanandarupam Lasak Kundalam Gokuli Brajamanam Namami Saram Sachidanandarupam Vasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yasodaviyolukha labdavamanam param vristam martyantarto drutya gopya Yasodaviyolukha labdavamanam param vristam martyantarto drutya gopya Rudantamuhurnetram yugmam rujantam parang bhoja yugmena satankanetram Rudantamuhurnetram yugmam rujantam parang bhoja yugmena satankanetram
मुहुश्वासकम्पत्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठं स्थितग्रीव दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् मुहुश्वासकम्पत्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठं स्थितग्रीव दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् इति दृक्ष्यलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तं माख्यापयन्तम् इति वृक्षलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तं माख्यापयन्तम् तदीयसितज्ञेषु भक्तिर्जितम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सतावृत्ति वन्दे तदीयसितज्ञेषु भक्तिर्जितम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सतावृत्ति वन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं बधिवा न चान्यवृणेऽहं परे साधप्रिया वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं बधिवा न चान्यवृणेऽहं परे साधप्रिया इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्याभिरास्तां किमन्या इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्याभिरास्तां किमन्या इदं ते मुखाङ्गोजम् अत्यन्तनीले कृतं कुन्तले स्निग्धरक्तस्य गोप्या इदं ते इदं ते मुखाङ्गोजम् अत्यन्तनीले कृतं कुन्तले स्निग्धरक्तस्य गोप्या मोसुमी Ram Lakshalavi. Mosumitam bimba raktadaram me Manusya virasta palam lakshalavi. Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jala. Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jalabhimagnam. Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jalabhimagnam. Kripadristi Vristayati Dinang Vatano Grihane Samamagyam Ediyakshidrishya. Kripadristi Vristayati Dinang Vatano Grihane Samamagyam Ediyakshidrishya. Kuberatmajo Vadam Ruttevayadva Vayamochita Bhakti Bhaj Krutocha. Kuberatmajo Vadam Ruttevayadva Vayamochita Bhakti Bhaj Krutocha. Tatha prema bhaktim swakan me prayacha Mamukshe graho me sti dhamudareya. Tatha prema bhaktim swakan me prayacha Namokshe graho me sti dhamudareya. Namaste Studamne Swaridipti Dhamne Tvadiya Daraya Tavishasya Dhamne. Namaste Studamne Spuradipti Dhamne Tvadiya Daraya Tavishasya Dhamne. Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Nanta Leelaya Devaya Tubhyam. Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमामि सारं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् सत्कुण्डलं गोकुले राजमानम् नमामि स्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले राजमानम् Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe, Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe, Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe, Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe, Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
जय जय श्री श्री राधा दामोदर भगवान की जय, जय श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन भगवान की जय, जय श्रीमन महाप्रभु की जय, जय श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव भगवान की जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So first of all, I would like to thank you everyone for joining tonight. It's a very, very auspicious day in the month of Kartik. So on November 13th, 1977, Prabhupada in the month of Kartik at 7:25 p.m. in Krishna Balram temple, he left this planet, and we are celebrating his disappearance because for a spiritual master, pure devotee like, there is no sunrise or sunset. Both are as good. So appearance and disappearance are same, but we are being in the separations of Srila Prabhupada. We are celebrating this great festival in the month of Kartik, which is just after Govardhan Puja, we saw. And thank you very much for all of you coming. And also we'd like to extend our thanks and gratitude to Mother Kanka Mataji. Is she around? Please give a big round of applause to her. Those who are not there, so she was the main speaker today. She's a Prabhupada disciple. She gave a very beautiful talk and memories from Srila Prabhupada, from her personal notes as well as from different angle. So we'd like to thank. And also we'd like to thank Brajarash Pavan Prabhu and Abhay Charan and also Anusri for singing bhajans and kirtan tonight. Please give them a big round of applause. Hari Bo. Thank you. Thank you. Today is likely today our family package. Our family Vaisesika Prabhu family business. Today is our family package. So Abhay Charan actually was born on November 14th, the same day which Prabhupada's appearance happened in 2007. And so it was great that we are celebrating here, and it was in Vrindavan. And I called Maharaj, so Gopal Krishna Maharaj, then Maharaj, of course, he said Prabhupada Das. First of all, he gave the name. I said, Maharaj, people say Prabhupada. Then Maharaj said, okay, give Abhay Charan. Otherwise, his name could have been Prabhupada Das. So please come, Abhay Charan. So generally we celebrate, but Ananda is in India and Vrindavan. So she said that we will celebrate her birthday officially on Sunday because she's coming on Saturday. So I am holding the breath, and so we'll sponsor on that day, but we are sponsoring half today. For $150, I said I'm sponsoring, and $350 I sponsor on Sunday for Abhay Charan. Say a few words. What do you like?
Hare Krishna, everyone. I think recently I've realized how lucky I am to be in ISV, and I haven't fully taken advantage of that, so I'm trying to do a lot better and be able to live up to Prabhupada's standards and what he said for our movement. So thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So his friend, I think Nihar and Vedant and many other kids are also, probably Sunday will do a package deal for all of them, some good cakes and all. Okay, did I miss anything? Any special announcement? Okay, cooks and decoration was done by Krishangi Mataji. Please give. And SS, huh? Cooks for tonight is Syam Bhakta Prabhu Koladeep, main cook, supported by definitely few more. We don't know those who are listening there. Please, we are giving a big round of applause to them. Okay, I think with this, we'll go for Prasadam prayer. Bharat, you want to sing? Okay. Kids, she sang one song, so I'm giving everybody a chance. Kids, I'll hold the mic. No? Kids? Any kids? Okay. Bhaire Sarira Vidyaja Jodendriya Taheka Together. Jive Fele Visaya Sagare Taramadhe Jivati Tobhamaya Sudurmati Take Jeta Kathina Samsare Krishna Vada Dayamaya Parivare Jivajaya Saprasad Anna Dilo Bhai Say Anna में डाको श्री चैतन्य निवेदा महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्यपतं राजन् विश्वासनैव जायते साधे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्तु जायसे प्रसन्नचेतसाहि आसु बुद्धिपर्यामितिष्ठते त्वयप्रोक्तसुगन्धा वासोऽलङ्कारचर्चिता उच्छिष्टभोजी नो दासस्तव मयां जयेमहि। बोलो श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन महाप्रसादम की जय। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम